Let us pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Mang Liaoming, homage to Master Sakya Zeng Kong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Tupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the Yidam, the main deity of the good practice today, from Sukhavati, the realm of the utmost bliss, the reliant deity, Amitabha Tathagata, the infinite light Tathagata, infinite life Tathagata. Sumo, Tanzen Katso, Toten City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do?
아이스테르 사랑해 오라미코 게게로 무쳐 스코인 이지바 키모지 주미 야비 뿌린뿌린 공방와 까멈心跳他们讲这个有一个越南的弟子叫我说也要
There's a Vietnamese disciple who asked me to add this,
就加进去
so now I added them.
他们心跳今天我们是修这个
Today
阿弥陀佛的法。
we practice Amitabha Dharma.
有人问，
In the past, someone asked Master Nona,
其实弘教在这个东南亚一带，
in
我
Southeast
记得我去
Asia,
菲律宾，
the
去
Ningmapa, I
罗那
remember
上师的
I
道
went to the Philippines. I visited the spiritual center of
场
Master
一样的
Nona.
罗那上师的道场，
And in Taiwan
台
too,
湾、香港
there is a spiritual center of Master Nona, and also in
也
Hong
最
Kong.
初的时候到中土来弘法的，
Initially, who
上师
came
就是
to China
罗那上师，
to propagate Buddha Dharma, the earliest time was
后来
Master Nona.
就是
And then
贡嘎佛佛，
was the living Buddha
也到中
Gongka,
土来弘法。
who also came to the Middle Kingdom to spread Buddha Dharma.
还有图登尼玛，
And also Master Tupten Ninma.
就是也是图登尼玛是我们的祖师爷，
He's our
图登尼玛
lineage
是我们的
gurus.
罗那上师
Tupten
也是我
Nima
们的祖师爷，
is one of our lineage gurus,
因
and
为罗那
also
上师啊
Master
是两
Nona,
名和尚，
because Master Nona
医
are
师
on the
医
best term with
医师
the
医
Venerable Mang Liaoming. They are
在
friends
四
for a
川的时
lifetime
候啊，医师医
when they were in Sichuan province
跟
together.
两名和尚，图登尼
Master
玛
Nona and the Venerable
是
Mang
翻
Liaoming.
译，在
Tupten
清朝的
Nima
时候翻译很多
translated many Tantra texts during the Qing dynasty. So Dupta-Nima's disciples was Dupten Li. Dupten Li's disciple was Dupten Dorji. So we have this lineage from Dupten Nima, Dupten Li, Dupten Dorji, and then Dupten Jimo. That's one lineage that belongs to Kakyupa. The lineage in Ningmapa was from the Venerable Mang Liaomi, who was together with Master Nona. Someone asked Master Nona, what is the greatest Dharma? And at that time, Master Nona replied, is the great Dharma of Amitabha, is the greatest one. So the Dharma belonging to Amitabha Buddha is the greatest. Why? Because in the Middle Kingdom area, everybody chants Amitabha. Everyone chants Amitabha. Whether you are Mahayana Buddhist or Tantrayana Buddhists, all Buddhists, when they see each other, they would say Amitabha. Even Taoists, when Taoist masters see each other, they would chant the Amitayus Buddha, the Buddha, the longevity Buddha, or Buddha of infinite life. And that's, who is that? That's still Amitabha Buddha. So Master Nona said, the Amitabha great Dharma is the greatest. So Grandmaster extremely revere Amitabha Buddha because he's Grandmaster's yidam, or main meditational deity. I also know that Mahat Twin Lotus Ponds is also inside the Amitabha's Sukhavati, or western realm of Atma's bliss. So Grandmaster does not rent out Mahat Twin Lotus Ponds from Amitabha Buddha without paying rent. Actually, Mahat Twin Lotus Ponds is in Sukhavati. So in Sukhavati, there are Mahat Twin Lotus Ponds. So Amitabha Buddha and Padma Kumara are one family, indistinguishable and inseparable. So Padma Kumara is an emanation of Amitabha. Guru Padmasambhava is also an emanation of Amitabha Buddha. So the founder of Tibetan Buddhism was also an emanation of Amitabha Buddha. And the whole Tibet is the spiritual center of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So, for example, Songtsen Kambu, the Tibetan king, was a reincarnation of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. And even the patriarch of the Bon tradition, the earliest religion or belief in Tibet, before they have religions, they already have Bon tradition. Xiaomupa was also an emanation of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Don't you find it very strange. The tricycle runs fast. Riding on it is an old lady. He wants 50 cents and was given $1. Is it strange or not? So Siamipa, the born religion's patriarch, was also an emanation of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. And Songtsan Gampo, the Tibetan king, was also an emanation of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, and Dalai Lama too. And Karmapa of the modern day is also an emanation of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. And Princess Wencheng is green Tara, and Princess Brikuti is white Tara. Whether it is green Tara, white Tara, Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, they are all disciples of Amitabha Buddha.
Number one.
So Amitabha is number one. The founder of the Bon tradition is Shenrab Mi Woche. So it's almost the Mid-Autumn Festival or the Full Moon Festival. Let me share a joke about it. There's a gentleman who was seen by a neighbor and then asked him, so what happened to your head? There's a bump. And he replied, last night I followed my wife the husband and wife watched the moon together, and the wife said, oh, the moon is so round. So today if you check out the moon is round. Just now when I walked out, I saw the moon. The moon is so round. And the wife said, the moon is so round. And the husband replied, but honey, you're also very round. And then he got a bump on his head. Oh, if you want to be nice to your wife, you cannot say that she's round. They're outdoors, and the wife's skirt was blown away by the breeze. And the wife said, oh no, my youth is leaking out. But the husband said, how can that be? Like my spring youthfulness is showing off, but that's like the ugliness of the family. So that's why another bump. Now for the Q&A asked by Lien Hoa Jia Hui from Malaysia. For the Prithvi Deva Homa ceremony, may we also perform Bardo deliverance, or is it only for purification, blessing, enrichment, and magnetization? That's one question. Second question. please explain in details the tantric Vajra protection mantra for oneself and for one's place of Prithvi Deva. Tantric Vajra protection mantra of Prithvi Deva. Asking me to chant it. Another question. If I have received the remote empowerment for Prithvi Dharma, may I chant this Tantric Vajra protection mantra of Prithvi Deva? Actually, Prithvi Deva in Tantric Buddhism, he's quite major deity because he's called the Earth Deva or Earth God, Prithvi Earth God, and everybody thought he's just one of the Earth gods or local gods. Oh, have you watched the TV series called Eternal Love? So the Earth God there is quite big, and there's another God there who's always alongside the Donghua Dijun, Donghua Emperor. Have you ever watched that? The 10 miles of peach blossoms for 3 lifetimes. Can you please raise your hand? No, nobody? That's what's that called? That's bestseller. That's most popular. 10 miles of peach blossoms for 3 lifetimes. Xing Jun. Yeah. It's the God. The gods forward for fate and destiny. So it's like a mission or diplomatic God. In our homes, it's like gods for the kitchens, and he's together with the Donghua Emperor. And do you know who that is? That's together with Golden Mother. In the west, it's Golden Mother, and in the east, it's the Donghua Dijun. He is very big. He's like heaven and earth. He's a major deity. So he's in charge of the Liu-Ting 6 Ting and 6 Jia divine mantra. So in Taoism, he's one of the top together with Golden Mother. They're considered the Da Luo Golden Sage. Even the Jade Emperor should pay respect to Donghua Emperor, Donghua Dijun. But this Siming deity is together with him day in, day out. So this deity is also quite big. We often say that God or Jade Emperor is the host of all heavens, and the host of the earth is the Earth Mother Goddess. So, and
男
Prithvi
的就叫
Deva,
监牢地神，
the
他的妻
man
子
is
就是
called
地母，
Prithvi Deva, and his wife is called the Earth Mother Goddess.
这里面有关系啊。
So they are
所以整个
related.
地球都是监牢地神的，
So the whole earth
所以他
belongs
能
to
不
the
能
Prithvi Deva.
行超度法嘛？
So can he perform Bardo deliverance?
大家认为如何？
What do you think?
可以行超度法？
Yes.
天地啊，一个是天，一个是
Heaven
地。
and earth. One heaven, one is heaven,
所谓
one is
山
earth.
河大地，整个全部都是监牢
So
地神。
mountains, rivers, and the
金刚
great earth is under the control
看它大
of
不大？
Prithvi Deva. So how
很
big
大。
he is? Huge.
所以他可能够息灾，
Then
能够
sure
祈福，
he
能够
can
增益，能够敬爱。
he
他
can
当
do
然也可以
blessing,
行超度
enrichments,
法。
purification, magnetization, subjugation,
可以
and
行
of
超度，
course he can also do Bardo deliverance.
因为他也是属于一般来讲，他
Because
也属于大神。
generally
大
speaking,
神
he's
是
considered
水
a major
地
deity.
水火
Earth, water, fire, and wind.
啊，三大神在那个
The
印度
three
教的
major
三大神，
gods in Hinduism,
当然是布拉玛、
they are Brahma,
希瓦
Shiva,
跟韦斯努，
and
他们都
Vishnu.
是天。
They are devas,
布拉
or
玛
heavenly
大梵天，
beings. Brahma from
大
the
梵天，
Mahabrahma heaven, or
这个
Mahabrahma Deva,
希瓦是大自在天，
and Shiva is
Shiva
Mahasvara Deva,
那韦斯努
and
是
Vishnu
偏近天，其
is
中韦斯
Vishnu
努是最
Deva.
高，韦斯
And
努
of
的
them, Vishnu
天
is
在天
highest
界里面最高，
in the heavenly
大自在
realm.
天是在欲界天，欲界
And
最高。
Mahasvara is at the highest heaven
天
of the realm of
是无
desire.
色界的第一天，
And the
大梵天
Brahma heaven
无色
is
界
the
的。
first heaven of the realm of form.
那在地来讲，就是监牢地神金刚，
But on earth, the biggest one is Prithvi Deva,
所以他也能够行超度法。
Vajra. So he can also do Bardo deliverance.
监牢地神金刚秘密持诵结界附身咒，
Prithvi Deva
我念台语的哦，
chant the
因为我以
Vajra
前
protection mantra for
协会的
oneself
也是
and
台
one's
语，
place. Let me chant it in Taiwanese because that's what I learned. Mm.
单击它，耳字里摸舌接字奈字句字薄地薄地利底之必之句句字切薄之力所好。哦，这个是诵咒一遍，把五色线打上一结。
So chant the
共
mantra
诵
once,
21
then
遍，
tie a knot on the
21
5 colored thread for a total of 21 knots
哦，我就把这个
and 21
咒语念了一
recitation.
遍。
So I chanted the mantra once.
他要我念咒，以求遥观监牢地神金刚念诵法，可修持这监牢地神秘密的持诵结界附身咒吗？当然
So
可以了。
when one received the remote empowerment for the
这是
Prithvi
第
Deva
二个答案。
Vajra protection mantra, can they perform the secret protection by tying the knots? Of
耳
course.
之力，莫舍皆智 乃至居至、薄地、薄地利、抵至逼、至具、具至、切薄、之力所好。再来第二个问题。
The second
天
question.
老地神咒本来就很难念。
Prithvideva's mantra is very difficult to chant.
叫我念。
It's especially asked me to chant it here.
最难念的。
It's very difficult to chant.
莲花家之
Question from England, 莲花家族。
顶礼敬爱的师父，弟子想请问，在修护法
Homage to the beloved Guru
都
Buddha.
会用牛肉做供养，而有些护
I
法
would like
是
to
一定
ask,
要用
when practicing
牛
a
肉做供养。
protector,
在修护法
typically
的
we
时候，
always
都会用
offer
牛肉做
beef,
供养，而有些护法是一定要用牛肉
and
做
some
供养。
protectors
如果
have to be
弟子
offered
已
some
经戒
beef.
食牛肉，
However, I
那
have
应
not,
该用什么
I
来
have
代
stopped
替
eating
呢？
beef.
如果
What should
用
what
肉
should I
类，
use to
那么
replace
生
it?
肉及熟肉的
So
供
if we
养
have to
有
offer
没有分
meat,
别呢？
is there any difference
另外，
between
如果
offering
不
raw
食
meat
牛肉，
versus cooked
那
meat?
么是否会有一些
And
护
if
法
we
是
don't
不
eat
适合做
beef,
护法呢？
does it mean that we should not
最
have certain
后，
protectors
如
as
果
our
有弟子
protectors?
是茹素的话，
And
吃
lastly,
素的话，那么
if
如何
there's a
修护
disciple
法？
who is
因
vegetarian,
为
how do
弟
they
子恳请
practice
师父为我解说。弟
protectors?
子莲花加持顶礼何时？ 大
Please
概不吃牛肉的吧。其实台湾也有很多人不吃牛肉，
explain in
很多人。
detail. So he doesn't
为
eat
什么那时候？
beef. So there are many
因为
people
一
in
般的
Taiwan
农
who
村
don't
啊，
eat beef.
他们用
Why?
牛来
Because
耕作，为了感恩这些
in the
牛，他已经
villages, the
辛苦
farmers use
很辛苦的
cows
帮你做了一辈子的
to
耕田的工作，
plow and to work in the field, and they have worked
那
very
你还
hard.
吃它？
And to show the gratitude,
所以有
how
些
can you
一
eat
般
them?
的很多老人家，
So
他们不
many
吃牛肉，
elderlies don't eat beef
他们从年轻的时候就不吃牛肉。
ever since they were
台湾还
young.
是有很多人不吃牛肉，什
So
么
there
肉
are
他
many
都吃，
Taiwanese who
就
don't
是牛
eat
肉不吃。
beef. They eat all kinds of other meats.
但是护法呢，
And
在
protectors
密教里面供护法，
in
就是要供
Tantayana,
牛肉。
if you want to offer
那
to
以前
protect
那
us, you want to
个
offer beef.
我记得
You have to offer beef.
甘丹赤巴，
I remember Kanten
甘丹赤巴
Tripa,
黄教的教主，甘
at
丹
the
赤
head
巴
of
第100世甘丹
Kagalukpa,
赤巴，到我
the
们西雅图内道寺来，
100th Kanten
师
Tripa
尊跟他在一
came
起
to Seattle
做法会
and
的那一次甘丹赤巴。
together with Grandmaster performed
那
a
么我也到
ceremony.
过
Kanten
印度，
Tripa. I also went to
也去
India
了他的寺庙
and visited his temple, monastery.
啊，去了他甘丹赤巴100世的寺庙。他的
We
寺庙里
visited
面还
the
吊着师尊的
100th
像。
Kanten Tripa's temple, and inside this temple, they have a statue of Grandmaster,
啊，甘丹赤巴100世甘丹赤巴，
the 100th
甘丹
Kanten
赤巴
Tripa.
是轮着坐的。他是说，
So Kanten
在
Tripa
整
is
个
a
藏地
it's a position.
功德最大、学问最好的，
So
除了达
in
赖
the whole
班禅
Tibet,
以外，
the
第三
one
位能够用
that
伞
is
盖
most
是甘
knowledgeable
丹赤巴。
and the one that can have parasol on top of
达
him
赖喇嘛来，
is first Dalai Lama Panchen, and the third one is
他
Kanten
等于是
Tripa.
密教的一个
If Dalai Lama
藏地的
comes,
一个领袖一样，
he's a spiritual
班禅
leader of
也
Tibet
是藏地的领袖，
together with
黄教的一个
Panchen,
领袖。
Panchen Lama,
甘丹赤巴
the
黄
leader
教的教主，
of Gelugpa. But Kanten Tripa is the founder or the chief of Gelugpa. He's selected by all the Sangha. Only the number one is qualified to be Gantantripa, the most knowledgeable and the most senior. So the 100th Gantantripa came to Seattle Lechang Temple. And he said on that day that it was the birthday of Gantantripa's protector. Because when he was here, it was inconvenient, so he asked us for some raw beef so that he could do his practice at his hotel for his prayer. So when Tibetans practice the protector, they use raw beef as an offering to their protectors. It's their custom. And the Tantric Buddhism that we learn also belongs to Tibetan Tantric Buddhism. It's Tibetan Tantric Buddhism. So all of our chantings or mantras also Tibetans, all the same. So in our practice of protectors, that's Gantantripa, the one with eyeglasses, that's the 100th Gantantripa, with Grandmaster sitting together. Inside his temple, a statue of Grandmaster was enshrined. Is enshrined at the Drepung Monastery. He's at the Drepung Monastery. He has like a personal temple, a personal shrine, and he enshrined Grandmaster's statue there in South India. Because we have the lineage of Tantric Buddhism, so if you practice, if you perform a protector's practice, you want to offer raw beef. So if you stop eating beef, is there a replacement? There's no replacement for beef or for raw beef. What replacement is there for raw beef? You can just buy it in safe ways, already cut. It's the same if you want to receive empowerments for Heruka or Vajra protector practices. You need to offer raw beef and alcohol. So the protectors need to eat beef in order to have power. So beef and liquor, wine. Only wine, liquor, and beef would give power. If you eat rice, there's no power. That's carbohydrate. That would only increase your flesh. Just calories, carbohydrates. Of course, it has high calorie. But for power, you need beef and liquor in order to generate power. If you ask those athletes to eat vegetarian food, are there vegetarian athletes? They have no power. They would Right, that would be impossible. So for protectors, like the powerful, they need power so that you can show your muscles. And muscles in Chinese sounds like chicken meat, but actually it's human meat. It's a joke. So I'm telling you, no replacement. Offering for your protectors, you still use raw meat. But you don't have to eat it. You can just give it to the kitchen. So if you don't eat beef, does it mean that there's some protectors that's not suitable for us? Are there protectors who don't eat beef? All protectors, the protectors and supporters of Buddha Dharma, all the powerful Vajra deity, Herukas, we have to use beef and meat as offering to them. So I've never heard of any vegetarian protectors in Tantric Buddhism. Like the Vajra protector with great power, Mahabala of True Buddha school, we definitely have to offer alcohol and meat. That those have power. And lastly, if a disciple is vegetarian, how do they practice protector? It's still okay for you to make offering of beef. You can still practice protector, right? The protectors are protectors and you are vegetarian. It's okay. If you're vegetarian, I'm not forcing you to eat beef. You eat your vegetarian food and I eat mine. And he eats his. There are also times when Grandmaster eat vegetarian. You know, from after dinner time all the way to before lunch, Grandmaster eat vegetarian food. Only at noon I start eating meat. Otherwise, I'm a vegetarian. So half of my time is vegetarian. From now, all night until the next day, they're all vegetarian. Avocado, tomato, and a piece of toast, and a stick of cheese. That's it. And I drink soy milk for breakfast. And ginseng tea. Typically those stuff. And only for lunch I start to have something to eat.
我也一样有护法啊，修护法就一定要供那个，所以你的问题很简单，可以讲。
So I also have protectors and I offer that. So your question is simple. You eat yours and you practice your protector and the protectors eat theirs.
这回答莲花家族。
That's the answer.
你这个名字真的很好。
Your name is Lianhua Jiazhu. That's a good name.
不可加无族，你是莲花家族，但是谁讲的话？
莲花家族。
宁可食无肉，不可加无族。里面不可以有竹子。I'd rather not eat meat, but at home there cannot be no bamboos.
Who wrote that? Su Dongbo,
东波
a scholar and poet of ancient China. Have you ever heard that?
他的名字叫莲花家子。
You cannot live without bamboos, but
熊
you
猫啊，熊猫
cannot
也是吃素的，
live without children.
它是吃素的。
It's like bamboo. His name has bamboo in it.
哎
No
英国
wonder
莲
you're
花家子
vegetarian.
你碰到熊猫，你就
And
要
you know, pandas also eat bamboos. So when you encounter pandas, you should run away because your name is bamboo. 这个老伯一直喜欢买彩券，几年来都买同一组的号码。 The wife likes to buy
每一
lottery
次吵架的
tickets,
时候，他都
and
会
every time she always
让我
buys the
中
same
了几亿
numbers.
我的第一件事情就跟你
And
离婚。
whenever we argue, she always says the same thing.
那
if
我
I
根本就不
win
想理他，
hundreds of millions
也
of
不用担
dollars,
心，
the first thing I
因
would
为
do
每一
is to
期
divorce
我
you.
都跟他买一样的号码。
But I have no worry because every time I buy the same numbers
老公
too.
很聪明哦，
So the husband's very smart.
国中的时候有一次考试，同学偷偷递了张纸
In
条给
junior
我，
high, during a test,
他问我
a
《道
classmate
德经》的
gave
作
me a
者是
note
谁？
and
纸条
asked
上面
me
写
who's
了
the
老子，
author of Tao Te Ching,
并且很迅
and I
速地
wrote Lao Tzu
给了这位同学。
and give back the note.
最后他的答案
And his
居然
answer
是
said
我的名字。
my name, because Lao Tzu also means like me, you know, like a slang.
老子就是我，我就是老子。
So he wrote my name
他
instead.
误会了。
That's a misunderstanding.
听朋友讲，
I heard from a friend
他在这个疫情的时候都在家里，
that during the pandemic,
那个
she stays home,
差不多都不出门，快2个月。
almost never
那么这个朋友呢，
went out for almost 2
Ah.
months.
有一天去量体重，
And
竟
then
然
she
发现胖了
stepped
10公
on
斤。
the scale and she gained 10 kilograms
通通都不出去，2个月
because you stayed
胖了10公斤。
home and didn't go
这
anywhere.
个副作用太
So
恐
the
怖
side
了。
effect is
今
really
天呢，得买
scary.
鸡排跟奶茶，压
Therefore,
压惊。
I have to buy a chicken fillet and bubble milk tea to calm myself.
好，我们今天讲这个金
So
刚经啊，
today we will
现在讲到
expound the
正
Vajra
信
Sutra.
稀有分第6。
And now we are talking
这个
about
标
chapter
题啊
6,
很好，
correct belief is rare. The title is good. It's very
你
good.
能够正信，
If you can
是
have
非常
the
稀有。
right faith, that's extremely rare.
这个标题的意思啊，
That's the
正信
meaning of the
稀有
title.
分第6。
The
也就是
right
讲，
faith
你
is
能
rare,
够正信是非常稀有。
which means that in order for
现
you
在
to
一个很
have
简单的问
the
题，
right faith
大家
is extremely rare. Now let me ask a simple question.
我们这里面没有准备礼品，
Oh,
只有一个
there's
佛珠。
no gift here. Only have this divine duster.
所以没有礼物可以送人哦。
So no gift.
好啦，大家都
Okay.
知道正信，大
Now
家都讲正信佛教嘛。
we all know about the right
以前
faith, right?
刚刚出来的时候，
The right Buddhism with the right faith. When I just got out, someone told me, Grandmaster Lu, you're Christian. Who's this? Oh, the gift shop. From the temple gift shop. Are you the boss? Grandmaster is the boss. Oh, I did not know that I was the boss of the temple gift shop. If it were the boss, then I would just take it home. So let me ask you, what is the right faith or correct belief? As spoken in the Vajra Sutra, that the right, the correct belief is very rare. And nowadays, many Buddhists say that they are the Buddhism with the right faith. But Grandmaster Lu, he was a Christian, and he's a Taoist, and Golden Mother was his Yidam, Amitabha Buddha is also his Yidam. So does he believe in Amitabha Buddha or Golden Mother? Or his guru, Jesus? So Shengyan Lu's is not Buddhism with the correct belief. So many people are talking that there's a Buddhism with the right faith. So what is the right faith? Knowledgeable Dharma companions. Zheng Teng Zheng Jue, the right equality and right realization. That's too big. The 3 Dharma seals, that's the ultimate truth. The faith that would allow you to attain the purity of body, speech, and mind. Middle way. The Eightfold Noble Truth. The Eightfold Noble Path. And inside the Eightfold Noble Path, they're all the right. Right. So what is the right faith? So the right faith as mentioned in the Vajra Sutra. It's not off, it's not deviant, then of course then there would be right and correct. But which part that's not deviant? The middle view. So anything according to the Buddha's teaching is called the right faith. That's too general, too broad. And Sakyamuni Buddha taught so much. So what is the most important thing in the Vajra Sutra? The right faith. So precepts as your guru. That's the last statement of Sakyamuni Buddha. Sakyamuni Buddha's instruction. So if I ask what is Sakyamuni Buddha's instruction, then that would have been right. But I'm talking about the right faith and the goal as prajna. So actually, what your answers are also not bad. They're around it. But let me tell you, what is the right faith? So this is not available anymore, not for sale anymore. So the afflictions that destroy everything, but there's still an attachment. The Four Noble Truths. Emptiness.
啊，于道合则就是说，跟真正的道理，道太大了啦，道太大了，跟道合一，你意思就是跟道合一啊。
So you're one with the way.
啊？见。
They're all very close, but let me tell you, what is the right faith? The right faith inside the Vajra Sutra. It's written in the earlier chapter, which is perceiving all the appearances as non-appearances. Does one see the Tathagata? Perceiving the appearance as non-appearance. To see the Tathagata. So all the appearance that you see are not real. And because they are not real, you see the Tathagata. So what is the Buddhism with the right faith? In this correct belief or right faith is rare. It's very difficult to understand what the right faith is. That's why I explain it to you today. Like those people who said, you know, Jesus is his guru and Golden Mother is his main deity. And Amitabha Buddha is also his yidam. So his is not Buddhism with the right faith, because he did not understand. They did not understand what the right faith is. So this right faith means perceiving appearance as non-appearance, that all appearance is illusory and insubstantial. So by appearance as non-appearance, one can see the Tathagata. You can see the Tathagata to see the way. So therefore, the right faith is perceiving all appearances as non-appearances. It's very, very rare for anyone to understand this concept, to understand this right faith. So people in this world are attached to appearance or form or phenomena. So people in the world don't have the right faith. Why? Because they're attached to appearance, phenomena, or form. Look at the young people these days, the single ones, the single men, young men. They all want to marry a beautiful wife. Is there anyone who wants to marry an ugly one? The ugly woman cannot find a marriage partner. They all want beautiful wives because they're still attached to appearance. Whether they're ugly or beautiful, they're all non-appearance. They're all an aggregate of the earth, water, fire, and wind, including the earth. Anything is comprised of the earth, water, fire, and wind. Houses, cars, everything. They're all a union, an aggregate. So if you know that all appearances are comprised of the earth, water, fire, and wind, once they disintegrate, they're gone, then you're not attached to the appearance anymore. And if you're not attached to the appearance of phenomena, then you have the right faith. If you don't have the right faith, then you're just ordinary, mundane people. So see the appearance as non-appearance. So what the ambassador said was closest. So what was spoken in the earlier chapter, right? So all appearance as non-appearance to see the Tathagata. This is the right faith, and it is extremely rare. It's extremely rare to understand this. Is there anybody in this world that's don't hold the phenomena? Like they are attached to money. It's not the money Dharma sister, the Dharma sister with the family name Money. So they're attached to money and wealth. Everybody is attached to that. And then you're also attached to beauties, beautiful things, brand names. You have to wear brand names, even the mask. Even the walking stick and the wheelchairs have to be brand names. So you attach to appearance, and you attach to beauties or sex, and you attach to your position or status. See, like fighting between US and China. Fighting for what? Fighting for the superpower, the leader of the world. Who is the biggest, or who is number one on earth? Me. That's name. So between countries too. This tiny country that's undermined by other people. So people only respect big country or powerful country. China is rising up now, and immediately everyone is fighting for the first position. That's name. Now we have two Buddha school elders. So two Buddha school now getting old and growing. How come I'm not an elder, but you are the elder? What are you anyway? That's just a name, elder. And the masters are also fighting with each other, and the monks and nuns are fighting to become masters, and the masters are fighting to become the successor of the school. Everybody is contending. Everybody is fighting for name. But appearance is non-appearance. Everything is empty. Everything is illusory. Nothing is real. So you practice yourself. Your Buddha nature appears, and you see Tathagata. And you see all appearances and not attached to them. And then you would be called to perceive all appearances as non-appearances, and you see the Tathagata. So today, I tell you, the right faith is extremely rare. Only those who comprehend that all appearances are non-appearance is extremely rare. That's more than enough just talking about the title. Just enjoy it at home. What is this two words, the right faith? enjoy it, what it is. Go home and enjoy it. Don't be like those Buddhists that say that I am a Buddhist with the right faith. But what kind of faith do you have? You're still attached to appearances. Even when you have the mindset or the thinking of the right faith, that's still attachment to appearance. So dumb. So those who are pointing to themselves that they are Buddhists with the right faith, they are still attached to that Buddhist with the right faith. That truly, Om Mani Padme Hum.